The outcome of the Dutch elections could be a new headache for the European Union. The Eurosceptic hard-right Party for Freedom won the election with 37 seats, far from an absolute majority, but enough to enable its leader, Geert Wilders, to lead a possible coalition government. One of his signature proposals during the electoral campaign was a binding referendum on leaving the EU. For the moment, though, the European Commission isn't worried.
Elections take place at regular intervals in the member states, and this does not per se put in doubt in any way the membership of any country to the European Union. We continue to count on the Netherlands' strong participation in the European Union.
Even if a so-called Nexit is unlikely to happen, there are three major sources of concern at the EU level if Wilders takes power, according to some experts. One being a hard stance on immigration, military aid to Ukraine, and the EU's long-term budget.
The Dutch government cannot make a U-turn on Ukraine, but still there will be some difficulties there reaching consensus. I think we could see with Wilders in power a much more critical position of the Dutch government when it comes to the budget of the European Union, the multi-annual financial framework, which will have to be soon enough negotiated. And you know, even with, let's say, more pro-European governments in the Netherlands, we have seen the Dutch being quite critical and pushing for not increasing the EU budget. Now, with this new government, it can be even more so the case.
However, Wilders' party needs at least 76 members of the parliament to secure a majority. Coalition talks will probably take a long time, though, given that the last Dutch government was only formed 10 months after the election.
And the big question is whether the Dutch will be able to put together a government before or after the next European elections. I think that's going to be very important for Europe, especially, because the question is who is going to be representing the Netherlands next June, July, when the new European Commission is going to be set up. The priorities of the new political cycle in Europe are going to be negotiated.
He also says that the result in the Netherlands is not necessarily a sign of a far-right or Eurosceptic wave in Europe, where every national outcome depends more on the internal political cycle.